Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for November the 21st. I'm going to be pulling cards for it, overall energy first, and then one card for each sign. And then we'll look at how those energies combine to get messages for each sign along the way for the day. So, overall energy is showing up as Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. Two of Cups in reverse is a card that talks about a situation, an activity, a person that we were really into, we were really enjoying, we were kind of intrigued by, we wanted to know more about, we wanted to spend more time working on this or with this person or in this activity. And when the Two of Cups comes up in reverse, this is now saying that that thing has lost its appeal. And when it lost its appeal, now we're kind of at a point of, well, I can kind of take this thing or leave it. Take this thing, take this person, take this activity, this project, whatever it is. It's not as intriguing anymore. Not sure I have energy for it anymore. So it's that type of energy that we have coming up here. All right. What's that old song? Have you lost that loving feeling? Or what is that song? Had a card try to jump, didn't make it, doesn't count. Didn't make it, doesn't count. All right, let's take a peek at the energy for each signs card. Three of Pentacles showing up for Aries in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is basically saying, this is very straightforward. This is basically saying that, and you want to go back and if you didn't, listen to the overall energy, to the meaning of that card. This is saying that, you know what, I'm no longer collaborating with this thing that I used to be intrigued with, and now I'm not anymore. So not collaborating with that person or in that situation or doing that activity, whatever that may be for you, Aries. Taurus. Eight of Cups coming up in reverse. Ooh. Taurus, this talks about walking back to a situation that you're not really that interested in anymore, a situation, a person, an activity that you're not interested in anymore. You actually left this thing because it was making you feel depleted and exhausted. Now we see you walking back to it for more full reading, more full meaning. You want to hear the full meaning of that Two of Cups in reverse at the front of the video. Gemini. Page of Cups coming up here. Excuse me. Okay, so Geminis, here's the thing. I think you've got somebody in your sphere of influence who you used to be intrigued by and attracted to, and now you're not so much anymore, basically. But they are letting you know that they have feelings for you, whether that's romantic feelings or something else, but they're definitely letting you know they're not on the same page as you, where you're kind of over this thing. Yeah, that's not the case for the other party. All right. Next, let's look at Cancers. King of Swords. Cancers, 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 cancers. Okay, so Cancers, go back to the beginning to see the meaning of this card so you have a more full translation if you didn't already hear it. Because I'm not going to do the same translation for every single sign. But we do have the King of Swords showing up here for you, which tells me that you are setting boundaries with a situation that no longer appeals to you. You are basically saying, you know what? I am only going to go so far with this thing. You may be saying you're completely done with it. That could be. Usually that's my Queen of Swords in reverse, though. So for me, I think that you are setting some kind of strategy about how you can set boundaries so that this thing that used to intrigue you is not really chewing up much of your time or your energy anymore. Okay, so that's for Cancers. Next, we're looking at Leo. Leo. King of Wands showing up in reverse for those of you with Leo placements, which would be actually everybody. King of Wands in reverse. King of Wands, King of Wands. Okay, Leos. The King of Wands could potentially be you, but that's not what I'm feeling. And so I'm not going to go that direction with this interpretation. I am feeling that there's somebody in your sphere of influence who is trying to control you, trying to run your life, maybe even trying to run your work, trying to make decisions for you in territory that is really only yours to make decisions about. All right. And I think that this is the person that, that really you're not interested in anymore. You might have used to been, but now you're kind of over it. And if you want to hear a more full interpretation of that overall card, that would benefit you. And that's at the front of the video if you didn't already hear it. But yeah, you are done with somebody who's trying to control you, that not as in you're cutting them off, but as in you're no longer interested in dealing with them or spending time with them. Okay. I don't think that's you. I do think that's somebody in your sphere of influence, even though it is one of your court cards. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it doesn't feel that way. Secondly, people with fire energy, like the Wands cards indicate, generally are natural leaders. And natural leaders generally don't do well when somebody else comes in and tries to lead for them. It's not like they just automatically jump in the back seat and say, okay, you take the wheel. So I really think that it would just be against your personality to let somebody who is controlling come in and start making your decisions for you. So I just don't think that's you, though. All right, let's look at Virgo. Six of Swords showing up for Virgo. Okay, Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is pretty cut and dry. Virgo, there's somebody in your sphere of influence. You used to be intrigued by them. You used to be fascinated by them. You used to want to spend more and more time with them. That has worn off. They're actually causing a lot of drama and roller coaster emotions in your life right now. And so you just want peace. You want to get away from the chaos. So you're moving away from that situation, Virgos. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Page of Pentacles in reverse for Libra. Ba ba da da da. What do we have? All right, so Libras, there's somebody that you used to be interested in, or an activity you used to do, or whatever. There's something that used to really intrigue you and was sort of drawing you into itself. Thing is that now it's costing you money and you're finding out about it today. And I think that you're over it. Some of you were already kind of over it before you found out this thing was going to be costing you money. Some of you were ready to kind of play along with things and see where it went until you found out it was going to be costing you money. And then you were over it. Either way, I see you guys not being as intrigued, fascinated, or pulled in as you were before. And I also see that whatever this was is now costing you money, 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 honey. All right, next up, let's look at Scorpio. Judgment card showing up in reverse. Scorpios, we have a situation where there was somebody or something that we were drawn in by before, intrigued by, and we have the opportunity to put our energies and efforts back into whatever that was. However, we're saying, no, thank you. I've got better things to do. Get on down the road, Jack. That's what we're saying. We don't want that opportunity. We have outgrown it, basically. Next up, Sagittarius. Empress card in reverse with the Two of Cups is the overall in reverse as well. What's going on here? Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I think that you're realizing today that there is something in your life that you thought would bring you happiness that is actually not. It basically sends you back to the drawing board. You feel like you're right back where you started before you initiated whatever this was that could potentially bring you happiness, because you're realizing it's not bringing you happiness. That was very short-lived. So now you're going back to the drawing board today, I think. That's what I'm picking up. All right. If you want to hear more about the interpretation of this card, you want to go back to the front of the video so you know a little bit more clearly what I'm talking about there. Capricorn. Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. Capricorns, I think we're looking at some type of location that you were really enjoying for a while. You like to spend as much time there as you possibly could. And now you're realizing, No, it's not as good a place as I thought it was. Some things have changed. Maybe you've changed. Maybe something about the place has changed. Either way, you're definitely not enjoying it as much as you used to, and I think you're on the verge of finding a new wonderful place for you. All right. Who is that? That's Capricorn. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. Aquarius, we show the moon card coming up for you guys with the Two of Cups coming up in reverse. Boop-ba-da-doo-boo. Aquarius, I think that you've got a situation. You've got a situation. Which way is this playing out? Aquarius, I think there's somebody or something that you were really intrigued by and drawn into and spending more and more time with whenever you could. And I think now you're not really intrigued by it or drawn into it. Um, and the thing is that the reason you're not intrigued by it or drawn into it now is something that you can't share with anybody else. So you may have found out some information that you weren't technically supposed to know, and that changed how you feel about whatever this is or whoever this is. But you know that you can't say anything because if you say something, that's going to be a problem. So you're kind of keeping this a secret about what happened and why your energy has shifted towards this person, towards this thing, towards this activity, whatever this is. So you're keeping a secret about why you're no longer into something or someone. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Pisces, High Priestess showing up here in reverse. Pisces, this looks to me like you have a situation where um, you and another person were attracted to each other and drawn to each other, whether it was in a friendship type of way or more than that. Could be either way. And now all of a sudden you're realizing that that person is not showing as much interest anymore. In fact, they may have ghosted you or they may be minimizing communications. And with this High Priestess in reverse, I think you're really confused about what happened and why um, communications have fallen off. Okay, so that's what I've got for everybody. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Remember, you guys are my wonderful sponsors. So please remember to put a thumbs up on this video, share it with others, and put comments down below so that I can read about your feedback. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.